Are you ready to play with some new drugstore makeup? Well, I am back and I'm feeling inspired, so let's play with makeup. Boy, this last month has been a journey for sure. So let's get ready, play with some new makeup, and I will share with you some things that I hope will encourage and inspire you along the way as we get ready together. So let's talk about the products we're going to be playing with today. I'm going to be trying the Morphe Bake and Set in the brightening pink underneath my eyes. The Morphe came out with these new hot shots. And so I have the bronzing drops in Money Honey. So we're gonna try those. The blush in Flex Symbol. So give that a try. The new Morphe Overreaction Holographic Liquid Highlighter. We're gonna play with that a little bit. Then also the thing that kind of got this whole thing kind of back on track after I've kind of been off the rails for the last month or so is this new Morphe Party Crasher palette. I've had some luck with Morphe eyeshadows and some not so great luck. So I'm interested to see how this comes out. This is more their, you'll see. I'm super excited. Kind of what got me re-inspired to play with makeup again. And then we're going to, this is new to me, the Milani Hydrating Skin Tint Glow. I'm going to use this as my base. I have the new Milani Conceal and Perfect Smoothing Primer. I shared before I came out to California that I was having some pores that were getting a little larger that I wanted to try to play a little bit with a few base primers. So this is the new one by Milani. The other new product I have is the NYX Face Glue Setting Spray. So we'll see. Again, I'm not a huge setting spray girl, but I will tell you that I am absolutely loving the e.l.f. Dewy, the Power Grip setting spray. So we're gonna give this a try. And then some of this other stuff, I've got a new So Juicy Plumping Glossy Lip Oil, Hits Diff, that we're gonna play with on my lips to finish off the look. I have some tried and true, the NYX Buttermelt bronzers to go over the liquid. I've got my color corrected and my NYX Bear With Me concealer and my NYX Micro Brow Pencil in gray, and then my Panorama mascara, but we are going to put falsies on. I have some falsies here, my standard Ardell Demi Wispies. And so let's go ahead and play and talk. So I have been really struggling lately with inspiration and feeling motivated and feeling like I want to get back into what I was doing before. And I don't know if you've ever experienced that, but I have these seasons that I go through where I'm struggling. I don't feel super motivated or super excited. And it just is seasons that I go through. Now, I made a huge move. We drove cross country back to California, which is where I'm originally from. I still have a home in Alabama, which I will spend half or a little more than half the year in. And then I came out to California to spend time with my dad and my sister and my niece, which has been such a blessing for me. So while I'm talking, I'm going to put on the e.l.f. And it's been a while since I've talked. So I'm going to put on this e.l.f. color corrector, and then I'm going to use the NYX Bear With Me concealer. I believe this is in vanilla. Let me just verify that. Oh, this one actually is in beige. So I just sometimes go through these seasons that I struggle with motivation, with inspiration, and making the long drive and coming out to California. You know, there was a lot of history here that there was a reason I left California. And so, you know, coming back here is a little bit interesting. You know, I don't miss the hustle and bustle of California. Now, I am in a place that is a little less hustle and bustle than San Diego was, which is where I was originally from. But there still is hustle. And so that was part of, I was tired of running the rat race. And so that was one of the reasons that I moved, was I was just really tired of all the pressure to perform, the pressure to meet expectations. And I didn't even live in a town that was really like that. And so when I moved, this is the NYX, bear with me, concealer that I'm just putting on here. I really just have been so happy with the pace of life in Alabama. And being on the lake, water is a big deal to me. It's just really a place of peace for me. And so, you know, I've now come back out to the desert, and I am really enjoying it here, but I did find myself lacking motivation. And that has been pretty hard for me. I love makeup. I love style. I love playing with things. And I just didn't feel that. And so that was hard for me. I missed it, but there was nothing that was really inspiring me. So let's put on the base now. And this is the 210. This is the light to medium hydrating skin tint from Milani Glow. It says it has 29% squalene plus electrolytes plus coconut water blend. So let's see how this is. Let's see, does it have any claims? It says that it's a sheer to light coverage, melts into skin for a naturally dewy glow, which is nice because some of them leave kind of like Tin Man glow. So we'll see how this does. It has powerhouse ingredients, locks moisture in and prevents hydration lost. And the glow enhancing ingredients are electrolytes plus coconut water blend, vitamin C and E. So let's give this a try. And so I've just been struggling. And so I was at Ulta trying to find some inspiration to be able to, you know, get started back in doing my makeup videos. And I've also been behind the scenes doing a lot of research on style and getting back into my former life of being a closet consultant and a style consultant, and really just trying to find my way back to that because it is something that I truly loved. And so I've been doing research on that, studying trends. I've been looking at a lot of things, consuming a lot of information. And so, so that's what I've been doing behind the scenes. But the lack of inspiration and motivation for me has been something that has really been something I've struggled with most of my life. And so, okay, so here is what the light to medium looks like. It looks a little orangey and dark, but I have been out in the sun quite a bit because my niece is golfing, which is one of my main motivations for being out here, is to watch her golf and to spend time with my sister and my family and my dad. And so I have really enjoyed watching her golf, but it's, you know, pretty time consuming to go out there for a couple hours a day, or a couple hours, you know, on her tournament match days. All right, I'm going to use my Nikki LaRose, I believe this is the N17 brush, to kind of blend this in This feels really nice. It feels very creamy. It is leaving my skin looking a little bit orange. Luckily, I do have a bit of a tan going on from being in the sun. So I've really enjoyed being out here and being a part of her life, getting to see her excel in golf and really just getting to be a part of that. I'm so blessed that I have the time and capability to be able to do that. I actually do like that this is a very natural glow. It's not a ton of coverage, but it is covering a little bit. Let me see if you can see. Oh, shoot. I get so excited, get so talking. I forgot to try this. So I will try this in my next video. I have an actual foundation that I will try with this. So we'll hold off on that for the next one. I'm just going to tap a little bit around here. I am actually fairly impressed. It's a nice glow. It's not heavy. It feels good. Like, I feel like this is probably something I could wear on golf days more towards fall. I think part 2 of coming out here and being here and the lack of motivation, it's been like 113 degrees out here. So we've been in excessive heat advisories. It's just been a lot of adjustment, and it just took me a while to get back into a routine, and especially dealing with a little bit of depression, a little bit of just trying to figure out my bearings and figure out my place. I am living with my dad, so I haven't done that since I was 18 years old. So that's an experience of itself. I love my dad. We get along great. Don't get me wrong. I'm so glad to be here. I'm so glad that I have a place that I can come to. As my husband is still in San Diego, and now I'm just a lot closer for him to not have to make the 8-hour trip out to Alabama. So it's giving us a chance to spend some more time together. So now let's go ahead and play with the Morphe Hot Shot. And this is in the color Money Honey. Let's see. These are Hot Shot Sun Drops Bronzer Liquid. Here are the claims. Gives an instant shot of warmth with this buildable water weight bronzer formulated with an advanced moisture complex, algae-based complex, niacinamide, and glycerin, infused with microfine pearls for a naturally radiant finish. Oh, this is actually something that's supposed to be mixed in with your foundation. I didn't realize that. But I'm going to actually use it just to contour and bronze up a little bit. It says pearls of naturally radiant finish, mix Hot Shot with a moisturizer or foundation for added bronze, or layer over makeup to add warmth and dimension, which is what we're going to do. So this was the color that looked like it was going to be most in my alley. Again, there isn't a lot of color options when it comes to this. So this one just felt like it was going to be the one that was going to have the best color. Let me go ahead and I'm just going to put this over, put a little bit drop here. So there is what the color looks like. That actually might be a little light for me, but we're going to roll with it anyways. I am going to use my Sigma brush. This is the F48. So this is one of their more newer soft sculpt releases. And I'm just going to go in here and just tap in the areas that I would normally bronze. Oh, that's not too bad. It is definitely more natural than my normal contour, but I actually really like that. I know because of the bright lights, you're seeing it, it probably looks a little more muted, but it is really pretty. Huh. I'm impressed by that. It feels very lightweight, does not feel like there's anything on the skin. Run over my nose. You know, It's probably not going to be that contour that's going to like push things back and accentuate things. But as a nice bronze over the skin, it's very pretty. Ha! That is really, really nice. I like that a lot. That's good. So far, so good with this one. This is the Morphe, and this is how it comes packaged. It is a dropper. So you just drop it on, which is nice. I'm trying to think. I don't think I'm going to need to set this with a lot of powder. I'm just going to do a light coating. And this is the NYX Buttermelt Bronzer. And this is in the color All Buttered Up. This is a really nice bronzer. This has become kind of like my go-to powder. I'm just going to do a light, just enough to just get a little bit on, just to set that and see. It did not feel sticky to the touch, so this is just, you know, preventative for me. Let's now go in with the Morphe Hot Shot Blush Drops. And this is in the color Flex Symbol, and let's see what this claims. Gives skin a healthy looking flush with this buildable water weight blush formulated with an advanced moisture complex, algae-based complex, niacinamide and glycerin. Sweep onto skin for a semi-sheer wash of color, build for a bolder pop of blush, or blend with other liquid makeup for a completely customized look. Now, this was one of the darker shades that I was looking at. With fall, I like to go a little more, so this is a little more of a darker shade. Again, it is a dropper. And so I am just gonna put a teeny bit on the back of my hand because I don't know. I have not seen any videos, which is another thing. I have not been watching my standard YouTube people that I watch all the time that inspire me, which is probably part of the problem. And so that's been a little bit of an issue too. So I haven't seen reviews on anything. And so this is what it looks like. Got it on my hand. And so I'm just going to use my Amazon brush. We're just going to kind of rub that into the skin, warm it up, and then just go in. Oh, that gives a really pretty wash of color. But it definitely does have some pigment to it. And again, I'm using a brush that is going to allow for, you know, more pigment. It's a highly dense packed brush. So it's going to allow for more pigment, but that is pretty pigmented. I'm sure you could get that to look a little more, it's a pretty bold pop, even with just that little bit I put on, and I still have quite a bit on my hand that I could pick up, which I am not going to do because I like that flush that gave me. Yay! Wow! I'm really impressed so far with these products. Very nice. So again, that's the Morphe Hot Shot Bronzing Drops, which you can use just to warm up the skin, kind of like I did. You can use it inside your foundation or a moisturizer just to give you that pop. And then this Morphe blush in Flex Symbol. I mean, I think it looks really nice. They're good colors for me, which I'm excited about. So very interesting. I'm very pleasantly surprised with both of those products. Now let's go in with the Bacon set in the brightening pink, the Morphe Bacon set. I always see what, I know this is not a new product whatsoever. This is one of their standard. It's a 16-hour staying powder. Set makeup for 16 hours of wear. Minimize shine for up to 24 hours. Now, I have extremely, extremely dry skin, so I don't usually have to worry about shine. But it smooths pores and fine lines with this lightweight, talc-free, finely milled, silky, loose powder that sweeps on with an imperceptible, soft, natural finish. So those are the claims on this. Let me just show you here. I'm actually, these sifters They always make such a mess. But I'm gonna just go ahead and take it off for now. And then I am going to use my, let's see here. I'm going to use my Nikki LaRose N14 brush to put this on. And let's see here. Get a little bit in the cap. Probably going to be too much. So I'd be interested to know in the comments if you just ever struggle with motivation or inspiration. If that is, you know, I know part of it too was, for me, it just was a big change. And I'm not the best person in the world with change. I like having a routine. I like having the foods I like. I mean, my family always teases me, you know, I can eat the same thing every single day if I had to, and it would not affect me. So I like routine, I like schedule, and I just haven't found a routine and a schedule out here yet that has really worked for me. But we're getting back on track, and I'm excited to be back. I'm excited to play with makeup again. I'm excited to share with you some of the style stuff that I've been learning, some of the things that I have been looking at for trends for fall, for winter, for the beginning of next year. It's so crazy to me that we are in October and fall weather has not made it to where I'm at. I don't know if it's fall weather where you're at, but it's here. It's supposed to be here. So I'm excited. I love the holidays, love Thanksgiving, my favorite holiday is Christmas. Love gift giving. I wish the love language of gifts, that is the language that I speak. I love to give gifts, and I love to give gifts that people want. So there's just lots of great stuff coming, and I'm excited to move into this new season, and really just share with you the things that I'm going through, because I think we just sometimes feel like we're alone, like no one else feels what we feel or understands what we're going through. And I think that we're not alone. I've got you guys. You're my family. I love coming on here, and I'm so sorry that I have missed so much time, but I'm glad to be back, and we're going to be playing with some new makeup. I ordered some new eyeshadow palettes from ColourPop and from a company called Alter Ego, which does some dupes of high-end stuff that I'm excited about. So I've gotten the bug again. This is nice. I don't know. It does look like it gave a pretty natural finish. I'm not big on powdering the under eyes, but I did want to see, you know, how well it's set down, how well it holds my concealer in place. So we'll try that out. Okay, now let's give this Morphe. This is kind of their new, I'm gonna guess this is probably based more towards young festival. It's very bright and sparkly. And so this is the Morphe Overreaction Holographic Liquid Highlighter. Take the spotlight with this innovative universally flattering shade shifting highlighter that transforms before your eyes from white to a sheer wash of color with the multi-dimensional shimmer. I wish I was shivering at 113 degrees that I'm in today. With multi-dimensional shimmer for face, lips, eyes, and body. So this can be used almost anywhere. Now, it is not a big bottle, as you can tell, but this is the color Hyped Up. And I believe they have one other color as well, but it just wasn't a color that I thought was going to work for me. Oh, goodness. Okay. Well, it's a pretty big container. It's 1/2 ounce, which is a lot for a liquid highlighter. It looks like it is a dropper. So I'm just going to put a little tap right here on my cheeks. Now, as we age and women who have fine lines, who have wrinkles, you'll find that there is a lot of influencers that are of my age that don't usually use a highlighter. If they do, it's more of a natural. Now, I don't mind a little bit of bling. I don't mind being glam. You know, I am 55 years old. I have texture on my face. Unless I am filling that in with fillers, you're gonna see it. So I'm okay with showing that. And so I'm just gonna, whoop, it just totally squirted out a huge drop. Oh, wow, that was fascinating. Look, I put on the white and then it turned to pink. Watch that. See how it goes from white to like a pink? The shift there, it's kind of hard to see, but I'm just gonna put a little bit. I put way too much. This is just way too much. But look at how that's shifted from white to pink. I know these bright lights don't show it, but wow. I don't know that it's quite giving the punch that I thought it was going to give. Oh, maybe this side's a little better. I don't know if you can see that. That's nice. Maybe I'll try to put a little bit more over here. You can see that in the lights, but then it turns this pink color on my hand. Rub that in because I put so much on, but it gives this really pretty pink shift. It's kind of hard to see in these bright lights, but I will take a picture. I'll show you the final look. So I will definitely insert at the end a video of the final look. And as I had my time away, I did a little scrolling on TikTok, and there was this big controversy going around about the order of getting ready. So whether that was doing your hair first, your makeup first, getting dressed first, there was a big controversy that was going on. So I am probably out of sync or out of what most people would say is the norm. Normally, most people will do their hair or get dressed first, do their hair, and do their makeup last. Where I am the complete and utter opposite, and my family would probably tell you that is no surprise, that I do my makeup first, then hair, then get dressed. There's something about having my makeup on that makes me feel even better. Once I have my makeup on, then I can kind of figure out how I'm going to dress for the day, how I want to do my hair. And so I allow the makeup to dictate how I'm going to dress with purpose. And again, I have talked about that before, that it's the whole woman that gets dressed every day. And for me, putting on makeup, doing my hair, getting dressed is all part of what it means to dress with purpose for me. And that's the message I want to start getting out there, is about that. So it doesn't matter which order you do things. I just am telling you the order that I do things. It doesn't matter. Just as long as when you are finally all put together, when you're dressed and ready to walk out the door, that you feel confident and comfortable in your skin. And so whether that is natural looking makeup, no makeup, semi-glam makeup, or glam makeup like I like to do, I just want you to walk out the door looking and feeling your best with your hair, with your clothes, with your makeup. So that is another thing that I have been working on in the background. So now let's go ahead and give this new eyeshadow palette a try. And it is the Morphe Party Crasher Artistry Palette. This is a 6-color pan. And I'll have all the prices and product information listed below if you're interested. Again, if you use any of the links that I provide below, I earn a very small commission. It's not a big deal. If you find these products on your own, that's great too. If you purchase from what I suggest, It helps me just to keep the channel going, but I just love makeup. And so this is the Party Crasher palette. Does it really say anything? Cause a scene with this tonal curation of richly pigmented icy lavender and plum shades, which you guys know I am all about the purples. Featuring two molten metal eyeshadows that can be applied wet or dry, plus 4 complementary matte shades for a melodramatic, multi-dimensional effect. So this palette is really what got me back on to being inspired by makeup. And can we just take a look at these colors? Like, oh, these two in the middle. Oh my goodness, let's just, oh, and they don't feel dry at all. They feel kind of creamy. So let's see here. So this is the bottom one. Get a little bit more. So this is the bottom color. And then this is the top color. Ooh. I don't know if you can see that, but love. Again, this is what inspired me again. Actually, you know what? Before I put this on, I'm going to go ahead and do my eyebrows real quick. And that way we've got a frame. Now, one of the reasons I like to do the eyebrows kind of last before I put on my eyeshadows is they're kind of the frame to the eyeshadow, I think, a little bit. And so this is one of my all-time favorite brow pencils. There are quite a few that I like a lot, but this one gives me the best color payoff to go with my graying hair. And that was another thing too, for me to kind of really get back into the swing of things. I just felt like I was wearing my hair the same way every day. I was just not really caring all that much. I was throwing it back in a ponytail and just going. And so I wasn't feeling super inspired. So I went and got a haircut. As you can see, it's probably about an inch or so shorter than it was. Maybe even a little shorter than an inch. And so I just needed to kind of find my groove. You know, that movie, us older gals will relate to. Does Stella got her groove back? That's kind of like what I needed to feel again. I needed to kind of get my groove back, feel a little sexy again, feel like I have to get up and get ready, which is one of the things I've always loved to do, is just get up, get ready for the day. And I just found myself not really doing that, and got out of the routine of getting up, getting dressed, getting my makeup on, doing my hair. I would just throw it up in a ponytail, put on a hat, and roll. You know, especially since I've been watching a lot of golf with my niece. You know, it's 110 degrees out here. Putting on a lot of makeup and doing your hair is not, you know, really conducive to being out on the golf course or out in the hot weather doing things. And so it just was hard for me to feel motivated. And I just decided that, you know what? I saw this eyeshadow palette. It really excited me and inspired me. And I'm like, okay, it's time to get a haircut. So I can't just throw it up in a ponytail and roll. And so here I am, kind of trying to find and get my groove back. So let's play with this palette. Oh my gosh, I can't even tell you how excited I am about this palette. It just inspires me. And you guys know I love this color combination. And so let me go in. I'm going to go in with my Sigma E40. And I'm actually going to go into the crease with this color. I'm just going to see if it says on here what the colors are, but you know, being of this age. Okay, so I'm going to go in with Wild Night. And then I'm probably going to do darkening in the corner. I'm going to go with Funds Over. And then maybe go over it with a little bit of this. and definitely finish off with this and then lighten up with that. So we're gonna play with almost every single color in this palette, but let's start with this one. And we'll just, and lately I have been, you know, I have very deep set eyes, which people could mistake for hooded eyes. Now I am getting a little bit of hooded eye on this side. Age, things fall, lovely. So I do have a little bit of a hooded eye on this side, but mostly it's deep set, and I do have a lot of real estate up here on the top. And so I tend to not go in the crease with this color, which would be considered a crease color. I just kind of go up onto my brow bone with it to kind of just open up my eyes a little bit because they are deep set, and I just have the real estate up there that I can work with. So that's what I do. And so this is actually a really nice color payoff. I am pleasantly surprised, although the I believe it was the Going Platinum, which was one of the 1 or 2 older releases of this type of formula. I actually really like that one as well. So, you know, I'm not disappointed at all. So that actually has a pretty nice color payoff, as you can see. Okay, so now let's go ahead and deepen up the corner, and I'm going to use my Sigma E45 brush, and we're going to go in with this darker brown color. Let's top that off a little bit, and I'm going to actually use this as like my crease color to just kind of make that area come out a little bit. Oh, that has really nice color payoff. Wow. I'm pleasantly surprised by that. I think this palette was $12. So not the most inexpensive palette, but it really does have nice payoff, and it really did inspire me. So it was worth the $12 just to get re-inspired again. So that is that. It's been a while since I've actually done a glam eye, and so I may look like I'm a little out of practice. I mean, even when I go out on the course to watch my niece, because it's been so hot, I have not really worn any makeup. I put some mascara, some like waterproof mascara on, did my eyebrows because I think the eyebrows are an important part to framing the face. And so I would do that, and that's it. Like, put sunscreen on my face and roll. So I really wasn't wearing any makeup. Just because you're just gonna sweat it all off, especially being out in the heat for 3 to 4 hours. So I am really, really pleasantly surprised by the color payoff on that. So that's that dark brown. I think I'm gonna actually go in here. We're just gonna use this middle one, which I believe, let's see what the name of the middle one is. Okay, so the middle one is Icy Glare, which is this one here, and then Chaotic Energy, as you can see the colors there. And so I'm going to use, let's see here. Actually, I'm just gonna use my finger. This one is a little bit lighter. And I'm just gonna go over the kind of corner of my eye here. I just like dimension and adding dimension to my eye looks. I don't mind glitter. I don't mind, you know, I'm all about that. Why not feel pretty and sparkly, and that's what helps make me feel pretty, is these kind of glam eye looks, and why I like to do a more glam look. It's either no makeup or glam makeup, pretty much is how I roll. It's hard for me to find an in-between, which is okay. I'm okay with that. All right, now let's go in with this one, this Chaotic Energy. I'm so excited about this one. Let's just get a little on my finger, and we're gonna go ahead and just, Oh, so pretty. Oh my gosh. And I just tell you how much I love that color. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So exciting. Oh, love that. Oh my gosh. I love it. Oh, so pretty. Oh my goodness, so pretty. Oh, love that color. Rub off some of this stuff here. Now let's go ahead and go into the pink color, which is no RSVP. We're gonna use a little bit of this in the, sorry, up here in the brow bone to kind of carry that all together. Again, this is the pink in it. You could also use that liquid highlighter if you wanted to. Since I don't know if you can see that. It's like showing up more now than it did when I originally put it on, which is interesting. But you could use that highlighter in your inner corner to kind of brighten up that area. We're going to put on some false lashes, so I don't think I need to bring too much brightness to that area. But we're just going to add in a little bit of trying to make this a little more cohesive. Oh, this is why I got so inspired again, and I'm so excited, and I'm so excited about the palettes that I have coming. So far, so good. Now, you noticed I did not put an eye primer on or an eyeshadow primer on. I want to see how this wears without a primer. I mean, I have a couple primers that I really love that work really well. But we're going to stick with what we have here. Now, I have seen women in the past, right here is where they put on their setting spray to kind of set all this down before they put on their mascara so that the mascara doesn't get wet and bleed and run. I am going to be putting on false lashes. So let's go ahead and try this NYX face glue. Now it's interesting, it's got this like white glue stuff on the bottom, but it doesn't look like it's moving into the product at all, which is a little weird to me. I'll give it a good shake. Let's see what the mister looks like. It's not super fine mist, which is what I love about the e.l.f. one. So I'm gonna try to hold this a little further away. It smells a little bit like Elmer's glue. If you had kids in elementary school or you remember that smell from your youth days, that's what this smells like a little bit. I don't know if I like the scent of that too much. Like, I don't know if I like feeling like I'm putting glue on my face. But I wanted to give this a try and see if it really does set down the makeup and make it last all day long. So far, I'm really excited about how this is looking. So, okay, so I had to go, forgot my lash glue and stuff. So, let's go ahead and use the Panorama, which I have been wearing primarily on my really no makeup days. I've been wearing the Panorama mostly. I've also been playing with the Maybelline Fireworks mascara as well. I did pick this up in the waterproof version, but this one is just the regular. Since I'm wearing lashes today, I didn't think it was going to need to be a big deal that I had mascara on. I just like to blend the mascara in with, or the lashes in with my falsies. And I just really love the way this makes my lashes look. And I have found that I really like brushes like these silicone or really flexible brushes versus the big fluffier brushes I tend to get all over my eye. especially on the no makeup days, like I get it all over the place. So I like this more cone shaped, flexible mascara brush. It makes it much easier for me to get my mascara on and not make a big mess of it. And I really do like the length and volume that this mascara gives. So if I was going to say, you know, this has definitely become my top reach for during everyday use when I'm not wearing falsies too. So, and then let's see, I'm gonna go ahead and just do my bottom lashes right now. And I don't normally do a lot of eyeshadow underneath. I would say that this is a semi-glam look. You know, when I'm doing full glam, I am, you know, running, you know, shadow under the, on the lower lash line. I'm doing a lot of that. But I'm not doing that today. And then I usually use like a black in the waterline just to make it even look more dramatic. But we're not doing that today as well either. So I'm gonna go ahead and get my lashes on. And I did get a new tool because I know some of you guys were like going crazy that I was using a tweezer for my face, trying to put my eyelashes on. Now, I'm not going to say that this is going to be any better than my tweezers because I've never tried these lash kind of tweezers before. I got this for like on sale at Ulta for like $5. This is their branded lash lash tweezers, ladies. You know, the pause to think about what we're thinking about and actually get it from here to our mouth. I will try this tool and see how it works. I still really do love my my tweezers to put them on, but we're gonna give this little tool a try. Now, when I was in Ulta, which will be next week's video, I did pick up some, I picked up quite a few new Ulta products. I've tried Ulta before. I haven't been super impressed, but with the repackaging, I wonder if they did a little bit of reformulating. And so I figured next week we'd do a full face of Ulta Beauty with their whole new line that they run. Okay, so now you guys are gonna bear with me because I'm not used to these kind of tweezers. But I've worn these lashes a couple times, and so I figured it's probably going to be their last wear. And I've kind of switched up how I am now putting on my lashes, where I am starting more on the outside versus the middle like I had been doing, just because I was finding that I was a little, I like a little more lifted cat eye look on the outside, and so I felt like I was missing putting on my lash out there. So now I'm gonna kind of push my lashes together. So there it is with, I love this lash glue that you just draw on as an eyeliner. I know they also have this in clear, but I use the black because I do more of a semi-glam look most of the time. Sometimes I do full glam, but most of the time I do a semi-glam look. And this just adds to that, and it's quick. I mean, it doesn't seem like it's quick here because I'm taking my time, I'm talking, but on the days when it's just a go, this makes it much easier to put the lashes on with not having to wait for the glue to dry. And so it just makes my life a little easier. And I find it just is the best way for me to apply I find I'm not the most patient person in the world. I don't know about you, but I just want to get them on and go. Like, I don't need to like wave them around for the glue to dry. And so that's why I just love the liner. And they do have a clear version, which if you want the clear version, I find that because I like to get multi-wears out of my lashes, that the clear version just doesn't work as well for me because of the lash band getting, you know, the mascara from what I put in my natural lashes. The band gets a little more colored, and so I find that that just doesn't work. Usually the first time if you're putting them on and are doing a more natural lash, the clear would be fine. And then I finish off with the Master Precise felt tip liner from Maybelline. I love this liner. It just adds that little extra touch in the area for the inner corner, so I don't have to put glue all the way into my inner corner. And it just kind of completes the look. Okay, so I think that's it. We're gonna put on this So Juicy Pumping Gloss in Hits Diff. And let's see if there's any, oh, here we go. A plumping glossy lip oil that instantly nourishes lips and makes them look full and juicy. It's infused with peptide ceramized ginger extract, and strawberry oil and raspberry oil. Wear alone or over your fave lip color. And today we are going to wear it alone. I do have this in another color. I don't remember the other color, but I do have this in a little more brighter pink color. But I figured with this look, we would just do a more muted, lip color. And so I'm just gonna, this is a little more like my lips, but better color. And it definitely is it's been a little while since I've tried that other one. They do make it a little hard to get out, a little messy. I don't like that as much. I'd rather have a smaller doe foot when it comes to the lip gloss than have it get stuck. But I do like it. It's minty versus being that fire hot cinnamon. I don't know how well it plumps my lips, but so here is the final look before I put the whole package together. I really am liking how this has turned out. I'm very impressed with all the products. So let me go do my hair, let me finish getting dressed, and we'll come back and I will tell you all about what I think about these products so far and go over everything with you guys. So I'll be back in a minute. Okay, I am all put together, ready for the day, and you can see I have done my hair, I have put on all my jewelry and gotten dressed, and let's talk about these products. Let's start with the lip gloss first. This, I will say, I really like that it's minty and it feels a little bit plumping. I wouldn't say that this is like gonna blow your lips up, but I do like the feel of it. It doesn't feel like they're on fire. It just feels minty and nice. And this color is just a very pretty gloss lip oil for my color of lips, but better, adding a little bit of gloss on. So I'm really excited about that. Again, I just used my standard color corrector and under eye concealer, the NYX Bear With Me in beige, and the color corrector from e.l.f., the Camo color corrector in peach. Love those. Those are, you know, things that I have used for quite some time and love them. Let's talk about the Glow, the new Milani Glow. And again, this is a hydrating skin tint. This is light to medium. I will say that it actually, even with the bronzer and blush, gave a decent amount of skin tint coverage. It did not really hide my freckles that much, but I don't mind that. This gives a very natural glow. So I'm really impressed by this. This is something that I will definitely be using a little bit more. Working this into my rotation, especially on the golf days as the weather starts to cool down a little bit. I definitely will be wearing this to just kind of even out my skin a little bit, just give it a little bit of life to it. I would say that this is a great product for that. So I'm very pleasantly surprised. I will say I am pleasantly surprised with all the new things I've tried. So let's talk about the Morphe Under Eye Brightening Pink Powder. It doesn't look super dry. It isn't super creasy, which is nice. So it's something I'll play with some more and keep trying, not like feeling like my eyes have been sucked of their moisture, which is good. Let's talk about the two new Morphe products. The Hot Shot Bronzer. I think it adds a very beautiful bronze to the skin. It is not going to be that heavy duty contour. I do like to contour. I do like to give a little more chisel effect to my face, but this is a beautiful bronzer. I mean, it looks very natural. It isn't super glowy, just warms up the skin. Very, very impressed with this product. And then the blush. I actually did not go over the blush with the NYX Buttermelt that I thought I was gonna go over with. It dried down. It doesn't feel sticky. My hair's not getting stuck in it as I was blow drying to give a little more volume to my hair. Yeah, I'm really happy with this product. Very pretty color, very nice wash over the skin. I'm feeling very great color for fall. It's not too bright pink. It just is really a nice, and I like how it looks on my skin. Now, let's talk about the highlighter. Now, I put a ton of it on my hand. You just need the teeniest little bit. I think it would work great even as an inner corner highlight, but I do like the little light pink that it gives on the cheek when you turn in the light. So I will say I'm really surprised with this. I do prefer a little more bold highlighter, and so I think that this fits right into that mold, and I really, really like it a lot. Then I really do think the star of the show, I'm trying to think what else I have here. I'll get back to you on the NYX setting spray. You know, I think it set down nice. I think it's gives you a little more of that matte, which is probably not so much up my alley, even though it says it's a hydrating spray. I'm not super excited about the Elmer's glue smell that it has. So this is something I may try again, but I will have to say that I love the e.l.f. Power Grip and the mist and everything. This one was a little bit more wet and gave a little bit of a stronger spray. I prefer a finer, more micro mist. So I'll play with this and see, but I will say, I think, let's talk about, I used the Panorama L'Oreal mascara. Love it, use it. Even on the days that I don't put lashes on. I tried my new little lash tool. I will keep playing with this. I was actually surprised on how quick I was able to get my lashes on with it. So this may be an improvement over my tweezers, so I'll have to play with that some more. But I think the star of the show was this eyeshadow palette. And I will tell you, I am so impressed with the color payoff and how this turned out. I feel very glam. I feel very pretty. I love how the eyes turned out. I mean, this color story is really what inspired me to come back to play with makeup again. I'm just really, really impressed with this 6-pan eyeshadow palette. I've got more coming that I'm super excited about. Because you know me, I'm all about the eyes. I love playing with eyeshadows, and of course they are more purples and lavenders that are making its way here, but I'll be excited to share those with you. So I'm super excited about all of these products. Again, I will give the Milani Smooth and Blur a try in a couple weeks. Next week, spoiler alert, here, we're gonna do a whole face of the Ulta new branded products, whether they are new formulated or not, I don't know, but we're gonna do a full face of Ulta with their new branding. And here is the final look. I will also insert here what this looks like in natural light. So remember, ladies, you get to choose every day to dress with purpose.